Hey everyone, so once you're done creating the different animations for your enemy, you're going to go ahead and scroll all the way down, and we're going to add a new block of code for our animation. So to start, we're going to click on our control tab, and we're going to add when I start as a clone. We're going to still, instead of control, add a forever. And then we're going to add to repeat until. So I'm going to add one in here and then one at the bottom. Okay. Starting with our first repeat until, I'm going to go into operators, add an equal sign. I'm going to change it to 5 since that's the max amount of costumes that I have. So again, if you added more, just make sure that you keep track of what the last costume is. So for me, my last one is my costume 5. So that's why I'm making this a 5. And then inside of this bubble, we're going to go into looks, and we're going to add this costume number bubble. Next, underneath the repeat until, I'm going to go ahead and add a next costume. So instead of looks, I'm adding a next costume, and then I'm adding how long it takes before each next costume. So we're going to go into control, add a wait 1 second, and I'm going to go ahead and change it to 0.05. And you guys can play around with this to see how fast or how slow your animation is. For the next repeat until, I'm going to go ahead and go into operators, add an equal sign. This one will forever be 1, so I'm just going to go ahead and change 1 because we'll always have a costume 1, which is our idle. And then I'm going to go back into looks. I'm going to add a costume number on the left-hand side. And then I'm going to go ahead and actually add a switch costume to. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into operator. I'm going to use my subtraction one. I'm going to make the right-hand side a 1. And the other side, the costume numbers. So I'm going to go into looks and add that in here. And then lastly, I'm going to go into control. I'm going to add a wait 1 second at the bottom. I'm going to change this to 0.05. So this is the code that we're going to add, and now we're going to go ahead and test it by clicking on our green flag, clicking on play, and you can see the animation of the player, and it looks awesome. Sorry, for our enemy. So if as you're playing it and you notice that, hey, I saw the animation, I don't like it, maybe it's a little bit too choppy, maybe it's a little bit too slow, maybe it's a little bit too fast. First, check to see if you have enough costume for your animation. If you need a little bit more, you can always add more. Next, play around with the time that it takes to actually show each animation, and then play around with that until you finally get to have the animation at the right speed and the right look that you're going for your game.